What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. Today we will do a sound challenge, where we're going to put the the Edifier STAX SPIRIT S5 ear headphones up against the Audeze Maxwell headphones, up against the AVIOT WA-Z1PNK headphones. Now, the one thing that is common between all three of these is that they all have the planar magnetic driver configuration in the ear cups. So I want to see which one of these three sounds better with that setup. Now, I was thinking about including the Noble Focus Apollo headphones, but this particular unit has a more of a hybrid setup where they have not only the planar magnetic driver, but they also have a dynamic driver installed. So they kind of are out of the loop in this one. So I just went ahead and going with these three instead of all four. All right. So if you're interested in price specs and app breakdown for each of these, I'll leave links in the description below to my unboxing videos for all three. And I'll also leave links where you can pick up one or two or all three of these if you're interested. All right. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive in. All right. We're back in for song number one. We're going to start off with the Spirit S5s. We are already in the app. I wanted to show you guys my EQ setting because you do not, well, actually we have to customize, but I do like the monitor one here. So we're gonna go. Let's go ahead and look at my customized ones here real quick, just so I can show you guys what's going on. I had them set like that, but I think the monitor option was better. So we're gonna go ahead with that one and this one. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip our camera over. All right, so you guys can see me. There we go. We'll get our cut in so you can see what's going on from the top down view. All right, one quick thing I wanted to show you guys is that I do have LDAC turned on this one. LDAC is turned on, as you can see. So we'll go ahead and get that back over to our audio. So let's go ahead and put the headphones on. And sometimes you just forget how super soft these ear cups are on these headphones. All right, here we go. We got our optimal listening level. We'll go up a little bit just to make sure. All right, here we go. Song number one. All right, again, good clarity, good detail with the breathing, wide sound stage. Very nice. Again, getting all the nuance. The inhales before the verse, the exhale, the popping of the B's, P's, and T's. Very clear. Again, like the sound stage. Okay, now they're into the harmonizing between the three. Sounds real. All right, sounds nice and clear. Yeah, I like the clarity and the wide sound stage on these guys. Good volume. I did move it up a couple. Did move up the volume a couple ticks, but it did sound good there still. All right, so let's go ahead and switch over to the Audeze Maxwell. All right, we are back in. We've got the Audeze Maxwell headphones up next. We are in their app. Let me go ahead and quickly show you my EQ settings for them. All right, as you can see, I have to slide it down so you can see it. All right, I do not I think this is a better sound than using their presets. Whereas with the STAX S5s, I think the preset, the motion one was a better sound. Even with my custom setting put on, I preferred that one. So let's go ahead and jump in. Let's go ahead and get into our song here. We are ready. Do a quick test. Make sure we are. Yep. Okay. We are good to go there. So make sure we are there. Let's go ahead and flip back to me. Let's get our cutaway. There it is. Let's go ahead and get these guys on. Okay, there we go. All right, let's check out our volume level. All right, we're good there. All right, here we go. Song number 1. Audeze Maxwell headphones. Let's go. All right, right off the bat, good volume. Nice clarity. Good sound stage. Background vocalists sound nice and clear too. Again, the breathing details there. The inhale, the exhale. Again, the popping sound, the enunciation of the letters. Okay. Very nice sounding. And again, good. Again, with the background vocalists, they fill up the space. It sounds so clear. Again, nice sound stage. Okay, the harmonizing sounds so clean. All right. Absolutely love these. They sound fit. They just really sound good. Again, these are gaming headphones, and I'm blown away by the simple fact that these are gaming headphones and they sound so clean, so clear. All right, with music, that is, with audio. All right, so let's go ahead and get over to our AVIOT headphones and see what they got. All right, we are back in for the first song with the Z1PNKs. They do not have an app. So we just going to go ahead and dive right into these. So let's go ahead and flip the camera over. We're going to put these guys on. All right. Very soft, very comfortable. All right. Make sure we're on good and secure. Okay. So let's get our cutaway up. All right. There we go. Song number 1. For the Z1PNKs, let's go. All right. Now, I'm a couple of notches above my preferred listening level. They still sound kind of low. So we're going to turn it up a little bit. One more. Okay, there we go. But then, got a nice wide sound stage. And good clarity with the vocalists. Again, the popping sound or the B's, the P's, the T's is there. Again, her breathing rhythms is picked up. And very clear sounding. And very nice. Again, I love the harmonizing. Again, I just wish these guys were just a little louder. It's a little louder naturally, but the clarity and the sound stage is there on this one. All right, so let's go ahead and get into song number 2. All right, we are back in for song number 2. We got Lenny Kravitz. I was going to call him Kenny for some odd reason. We got him up and running. We've got the let me get that back there. All right, we got the STAX S5s in or on. Let's go ahead and get our camera flipped around. We got the S5s on. We're ready to rock. Let's get it. All right. Right out the bat, nice volume. Again, I had to turn it up a couple ticks, but still sounds nice and clean. I'm loving the guitar. Sound nice and crisp. And you got a nice bass kick from the drums. And again, just the sound stage, nice and wide. Vocals, very clear. Sounds so clean. Okay. I love the clarity. I love the sound stage. I done got all into the song here. Sorry about that. But again, you can pick out the instruments. The detail is definitely there. Again, just the sound stage and how wide it is, and you got spacing between instruments. They sound really, really good. All right, let's go ahead and flip. We're gonna go straight over to the Audeze Maxwells. Let's make sure we got these guys tapped in. All right, we are connected. Do a quick test. All right, we're there. Let's back it up. All right, here we go. Song number 2 with the Audeze Maxwells. Let's do it. Okay. Now these we can literally come down a notch. I love the volume on these. And again, you can definitely tell the difference in soundstage, but the clarity is definitely there, and the drums, nice deep sound to the drums, nice deep bass there. Vocalist nice and clear. Very clear. Sounds so clean. Just the volume and everything just sounded really, really clear. Oh, absolutely. All right, man, I love it. All right, let's go ahead and we're gonna go right into our next ones with the excuse me. We're gonna grab up the W1PNK, the Z1PNK. Sorry. Let's go ahead and get them guys paired. Let's make sure they're connected. They are. All right, we're done here. Let's get back into our song. We'll do a little. All right, we're there. Here we go. The Z1PNKs, let's do it. Okay, go vocals. I fixed my chair. I don't know what's going on with it. There we go. All right. Again, not as loud, so we're going to turn it up. And we're pretty high up on the volume scale. But I like the sound stage. I wish he's a little bit brighter sounding. Again, could definitely use the EQ. But I like the vocals. And I like the spacing, and I like the sound stage. I just wish it was a little bit more brighter, more power. And you got good bass from the drums too. All right, man. Okay. This is great. I love the different variations between the three. You can definitely hear the differences in them, and this is a lot of fun. Again, great clarity. I just wish these guys were just a little louder. All right, or a little a little brighter. That's the word. A little brighter, a little louder as well, because brightness and loudness is two different things. But I wish these guys had, again, definite reason why these guys should have EQ access outside of a third party one. Nice. All right, so let's go ahead and flip into our third song. All right, we're back in for our final song. We're going to do Mozart. I want to see how these guys fare using with this type of song with violins and just crisp sound. I want to see how these guys interact and see what kind of music sound they produce for me. So let's go ahead. We're going to get our camera flipped over. We get our cutaway going on. We've got the Stax, excuse me, the Spirit S5s. Excuse me, sorry about that. All right, we're ready to go. Let's do it. Okay, good clarity, but these need to be turned up. Again, got good clarity with the crispness of the violins, the bass from the cello is subtle but there. I like how crisp that is. You know what? Real quick, let's see something here. I went with my EQ setting here just real quick. I'm really not getting any difference. But I love the crispness of the violins on this. And the cello, my favorite instrument in that score. I love how it shaped the song itself. Gave you that nice low end in the background. It sounds really good. I love the ebbs and flows of the song as well. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to flip this over. We'll get in with the Audeze Maxwell headphones. Let's go ahead and make sure they are connected. All right, we are connected. We're doing this right on the fly. No quick test. All right, we're there. All right, here we go. All these Maxwell headphones. Let's go. Again, nice, so crisp with the violins. I like the bass. A little bit more prominent from the cello on this one. The low chords. Again, the ebbs and flows. It sounds so nice. Again, that the cello is hitting them low chords is like rattling the back. The rattling your back. You think someone's back there. You want to look. You want to look back behind you. It sounds so good. Very crisp. Again, the ebbs and flows. We started a little low. Now we up. Oh, it sounds so good. Really appreciate this song. Again, and then when they wrap that portion up, how the cello comes is a little bit more, comes into the play a little bit more. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and we're going to swap out one more time. I didn't ask for that. All right, we're going to swap out one more time for the Z1PNKs. Make sure they're connected. They are. Let's get these guys on. All right, we're going to back it up. Real quick test here. I'll find my button. All right, we are there. Here we go. Final song, the Z1PNKs. I like the cello in the end. Again, violins, nice and crisp. Excuse me. Nice wide sound stage on this one. Again, that cello, man, I'm telling you. This sounds, again, love that. Now we're going down the low into the song. I love the separation too. The instrument, it just sounds like they're thoroughly enjoying this song. Yeah. Now it's ticked up again. Now it's picked up. Sounds so good. This is a lot of fun. Okay. Oh goodness. I just absolutely enjoyed all three of these headphones with this song. Is a lot of fun. You could definitely hear the differences between the three. All right. Let's go ahead and get this cleaned up. We'll talk briefly about all three songs, and we'll pick our winner of this triple threat. Stay strapped in. All right, we are back in, and this has been a great triple threat match, if you want to call it that, between the Edifier STAX SPIRIT S5 ear headphones going up against the Audeze Maxwell headphones going up against the AVIOT WA-Z1PNK headphones. All three of them are the Planar Magnetic, have the Planar Magnetic drivers in them. So let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit. On all three songs, they really did do a great job of reproducing the sound and everything, but you could definitely tell differences. Say, for instance, the Z1PNKs are the lowest sounding of the three. Okay, they are, unfortunately, they low sounding. You have to turn them. You have to turn them up in order to enjoy the sound wirelessly. But again, they also suffer from not having app access to a graphic equalizer. Yes, you can use a third-party equalizer on these if you want. But when I'm doing these testings, I prefer to use them with the equalizers sent out by their manufacturers specifically for the headphones. And I wish these guys really had one, because the potential in these is there. So the loudest of the three would be the Audeze Maxwell. Their natural volume, I literally had to turn it down a tick because these guys get loud. But the thing is not only loud, they're clear, and you get really good mids and highs with them, and they just sound wonderful. The S5s are that middle ground between these two, in my opinion. They not as loud as the Maxwells, but they're not as low as the Z1PNKs. They're just like, they're right in that middle section there, if you will, right in that groove, if you like, when it comes to natural volume and everything. But again, they all produced really great sound and really great music. The one with the widest soundstage would be the Spirit X5s. Their soundstage is wider than these two. I think the Z1 PNKs comes in second in that one, and with the Audeze having the tightest sound stage of them all. When it comes to vocal clarity, instrumental clarity, I'm going to give. When it comes to that, I'm going to give that one to the Audeze Maxwells. I think they had the more clearer mids and highs when it came to vocals and instruments. I don't know. I just think it does. Maybe it could be because they're the louder of the two, so you get a more brighter sound when it comes to the mids and highs. But I'm going to go ahead and give that to them. And when it comes to bass, even though the planar magnetic drivers aren't known for giving you that that thumping bass, I would definitely again have to go with the Maxwells on these. I think the bass sounds a lot more powerful on these when you compare them between these two. I think if I had to pick one of these two to come in second, I would definitely have to go with the Z1PNKs in second when it comes to bass. So I loved every song on it, but you could definitely hear the difference here. So if I had to pick one of these as my winner in this triple threat, I would have to go with the Audeze Maxwell. I think they have the better overall sound. Yes, the sound stages is tighter than the S5s, but I still like their overall sound better than these two. If I had to pick one, I'm definitely going with the Maxwells in this case. I mean, not saying taking anything away from the S5s. They sound great. They really do. Planar Magnetic. I just wish these guys, they could be a little bit louder. And the Z1PNKs could definitely be louder, and they definitely need an app access. They do have the AVIOT has the app access, but these guys will not connect to it at all. I hope they would come up with a way to give these guys app access where you can actually work with an equalizer on these, and I think these will move up the list a lot faster once they have that. All right, so my winner in this one, the Audeze Maxwell headphones, and that will wrap up this planar magnetic driver triple threat. If you like what you see, go and hit the like button. If you want to join me as I continue to do videos like this and others, go and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you're notified when videos like this and others drop. And I'll check you guys on the next one. Peace.